Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys the first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this is actually a topic that I didn't get a chance to get into over the weekend, but it was something that I said that I'm going to talk about today because a lot of people were messaging me like, hey, man, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about this? So as you guys know, the Lakers, about 4 or 5 days ago, they were on a pretty hot streak. They had won 6 games in a row. And, of course, the LeBron James fans, Laker fans were basically losing their minds. You know, the LeBron fans like, yo, where you at? I can't find you. Where are you? We can't find you, dudes, and all of that. They were going live every single night. And I'm like, look, I'm happy that the Lakers are winning all these games, but you guys just need to relax a little bit because you're playing nobody, right? You're playing nobody during that stretch. Let's look at some of the teams the Lakers are beating during that stretch when they were up there hollering and screaming and just basically having a good old time. They basically were playing the Philadelphia 76ers, you know how bad they are, the Toronto Raptors, the Memphis Grizzlies without Ja Morant, the San Antonio Spurs, who are a decent team. Then they beat the New Orleans Pelicans, who were without Zion Williamson and CJ McCollum in that game. And then they beat the Utah Jazz. And I'm like, these are nobodies. Out of the 6 teams that they played, only one of them actually had a winning record. The remaining 5 all had losing records. And I said, just relax for a bit because you guys are getting ready to play some real competition pretty soon. And we're going to get a chance to see just how good this team is. And then they had a chance to play a short-handed Orlando Magic team who was without Paolo Banchero. They ended up losing that game by 1 point. And then they went on to play their nemesis in the Denver Nuggets. And it was a game that I actually watched the first half. And in the first half of that game, the Lakers were playing well. And I said to myself before I went to bed, I said, you know what? Based on how the Lakers look right now, based on how they're playing right now, I think that the Lakers are going to win this game. Let me just give you guys the first half stats in that game because maybe just to crystallize what I'm saying. In the first half, the Lakers have scored 63 points to the Nuggets 57 points. They hit all of their free throws and they made 8 3-point shots going into the first half, right? So they looked pretty good. So I went to bed and then I woke up to see that the Denver Nuggets beat the hell out of the Lakers in the second half to a point where they ended up going on a 50-17 run and just basically blew the doors off the Los Angeles Lakers. So let's get into actually what happened in that game. In the second half, the Nuggets outscored the Lakers 70-39. 70-39. The Lakers went 5 of 18 from the 3. The Nuggets replicated what they did in the first half, hitting another 8 3-pointers, except they were more efficient because in the first half, they were 8 of 18, and in the second half, they were 8 of 14, so they hit 57% of the threes. They shot 67.5 percentage points from the field. And to add insult to injury, the former disgraced Laker, in Russell Westbrook checked into the game coming off the bench to score 14 points in the game on 60% shooting, 25% shooting from the 3. He made 50% of his free throws, but he only attempted 2. Then he went out there and got you, get this, 7 rebounds, 11 assists off the bench with only 3 turnovers for a total plus minus of 17 when he was on the floor. Michael Porter Jr. finished the game with 24 points and 11 rebounds. Nikola Jokic, let's just talk about Nikola Jokic for a second. Nikola Jokic is just something incredible. This dude is something incredible. There was a pass where they tried to trap him on the baseline, and he did a reverse pivot where he swung the pass across the floor. I don't even know if he knew that Brown was on the other side of the court. He threw that pass, and I'm just like, yo, what are we doing right now? And the dude hit a 3. There was another shot he almost hit where he basically tried to punch the basketball like a volleyball for like a full court shot, and this dude damn near made it. I'm like, Nikola Jokic is just out here playing with people. Let me give y'all his stats this season. Nikola Jokic this season is averaging 30 points per game. Here are these numbers. 30 points per game, 14 rebounds, and 11.3 assists. The dude is averaging a triple-double at the 5 position. At the 5 position. It's unheard of. It is just absolutely unheard of what this dude is doing this year. While shooting 56.8% from the field. Get this, folks. Nikola Jokic is shooting 56% from the three-point line. 56%. It's like when he plays against the Lakers, he just absolutely toys with them. You had in that game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Denver Nuggets in double digits. 7. If you go to the Lakers side, Anthony Davis was not himself. And I think one of the reasons he was not himself was, number one, because he was going up against Nikola Jokic, who just always seems to get the best of him. Number 2, I don't really think he was able to get into his rhythm. He only took 19 shots in that game. And he ended up finishing the game with 14 points and 10 rebounds. Now, what's interesting is LeBron James himself, he didn't have a particularly, well, both of them didn't have a good shooting game from the floor. LeBron shot 41%. AD shot 31% from the field. LeBron got 18 points, but he had 6 turnovers to go with his 7 assists. So his net assist was 1. That was his net assist. 1. You have 6 turnovers. 6 turnover. Had that been Russell Westbrook, they would have plastered it all over the internet. And what I'm noticing right now is you can see a significant drop off in LeBron's numbers. He's still trying to fight to get his numbers, but it's not like what it used to be. If we look at the Lakers as a team right now, they're not a very good team. Despite what some people may have you feel, they're not a very good team, and you can just look at their ratings. Overall, offensively, they're 4th in the NBA, but that's not the problem. Defensively, they're 26th. They rank 26 out of the 30 team. So they're not a good defensive team. JJ Redick, turns out he's not Pat Riley. And I got to say something about JJ Redick. JJ Redick is something else. And a lot of you dudes have been allowing JJ Redick to get away with just highway robbery. He goes up there, the last press conference he's doing, he's up there chewing gum. Why do y'all let JJ Redick get away with all of this madness that y'all don't let other coaches? Why are you letting, like, JJ Redick has no resume to be acting the way that he's acting. He's done nothing in the NBA in terms of nothing. He up there acting as spicy as Greg Popovich. You think JJ Redick has like 4 championship rings as a coach? He has all of this attitude and this sass to him, and y'all be up there loving it. And the media like, oh man, JJ Redick, he's showing you a basketball. How are you showing you a basketball savant? How? Certain metrics show that this team is worse than they were last year. What has happened is they got a whole bunch of home games, and they played against a bunch of nobodies, so we think that they're better off than they were. They're not. You ask Stephen A. Smith, they're doing a fantastic job with No, he's not. What are you talking about? He's doing a fantastic job with. They've been playing nobody. Now, they're currently ranked number 4 in the Western Conference, but as I just said, the previous 6 games that they played before this last 2 that they just lost, they were playing teams that all basically had losing records. 95% of the teams that were playing all had losing records. 95% of them. And if you look at their schedule moving forward, they're going to be playing some real teams. And I said we're going to find out how good the Lakers are when they play real competition. They just lost to the Magic, who had a winning record. They just lost to the Nuggets, who had a winning record. They're going to play against the Spurs, who have a winning record. If I look at the Spurs, the Suns, they are number 8, but they still have a winning record nevertheless. Then you have the Utah Jazz, they're nobodies. Then they have the Timberwolves. You have the Heat, who just beat the Dallas Mavericks last night. They got the Hawks. So they're going to have to play some of these teams. But I'm not buying into all of this stuff that, oh, JJ Redick is this great coach. And I don't know why all of these people up there giving him this pass and praising him like as if he's doing something great. He's not. He's not. Okay, so these are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.